3 rules to master game. What you guys are about to discover are 3 game rules that, quite frankly, the majority of guys don't even know to exist. Guys frequently ask how they can increase their value or what they can do to achieve the greatest improvements with the least amount of time and effort. The answer is obviously to always work on your game. Now, starting with number 1, attention. It's important to note that since the advent of the internet, attention has essentially replaced money. Most guys are unaware of the importance of their attention, however. Nowadays, social media makes it simpler than ever for girls to get the attention and affirmation they crave from the tens of millions of men who willfully give it to them without a second thought. You see, there are 2 reasons why men pay attention to them. It can, in some ways, resemble water. However, it can also be as valuable as gold. The problem with gold is that there isn't much of it, and water covers 75% of the world, not gold. And the thing about gold, as you can see, is that your attention can be worth its weight. Men continually want a girl's validation because it makes them feel great. However, the reason why we need their approval and attention is more significant because it is essentially built into our DNA or our mating strategy. Since girls don't freely give out their attention as most guys do, this is a big part of what makes them so attractive. If girls did, it wouldn't feel like much of an achievement for us as guys to be able to get attention from a girl, and it wouldn't feel like it was a big deal. What they'll do is freely give up all of their attention to any guy who asks for it on social media, in person, or pretty much anywhere else. Girls prefer guys with alternatives, and they instinctively understand that a guy with that won't just devote his attention to anyone because he knows how valuable it is. You guys need to realize that women are hardwired to love and seek attention far more frequently than men are. For women, attention functions as a kind of drug. As a result, when you limit your attention or value it by withholding it when necessary, you're doing something that the majority of men either cannot do or do not even know how to do. For instance, guys that girls classify as players are not aware of the value of their attention and hence don't know how to limit it. Because they don't know how to make their attention scarce, these men all share a common flaw, which is ignorance. Many guys don't realize that when they act in this way, girls constantly limit their ability to pay attention to them. What, in your opinion, do you think most men do? If you can understand the value of your attention and know when to restrict it, it will significantly improve your game and make you appear more attractive as a man. Most guys will start texting girls back and will begin chasing the girls even harder than they were before the attention was restricted. Number 2, novelty. Now the novelty is another element of the game, which is kind of just a fancy way to say stand out. But if you think about all the hot girls out there, nobody can deny that decent girls are treated differently in this world that we live in. This is particularly true when it comes to guys, because some guys will do anything just to get a little bit of attention from a hot girl, and it's not rare at all for good-looking girls to try to get noticed. As you can see, the majority of guys actively encourage this behavior. All the guys out there who genuinely understand the game understand novelty and know how to stand out. Simply by doing something most other guys don't do, guys with games separate themselves from the pack. For instance, treating girls differently than most guys do is a terrific way to demonstrate this. You know, it's unique to not pay attention to all these attractive women. Another way to stand out is to refrain from constantly complimenting attractive women, as the majority of other guys do. Therefore, in essence, novelty is acting in a way that most other men would not, or just doing what most guys are too terrified to do. This is the second rule of the game, and it just involves differentiating oneself from other males by acting uniquely. So, in contrast to the majority of other males, you don't constantly compliment and praise gorgeous girls. Number 3, drama. Now, out of everything in this video, this is most likely the critical element of the game, and I like to refer to it as the roller coaster. Understanding that women crave drama is one of the most essential things you can ever do. There are plenty of guys who require drama, so this isn't meant to imply that there's something fundamentally wrong with them. Rather, it just indicates that generally speaking, males need drama in their lives just as much as they need to dominate women. Being content is insufficient when it comes to girls or playing the game. Knowing how to send ladies on an emotional roller coaster is one of its most crucial components. But how can you achieve this in practice? This implies that while you might be making her happy and giving her all these positive emotions 1 minute, you might also be making fun of her or doing something that might make her question whether you even like her. The majority of guys out there often wonder why girls cheat, and although girls will never admit it, a lot of the time, girls will end up doing it for the drama because, to a girl, cheating is essentially the equivalent of riding the world's highest roller coaster at Six Flags. So what do most guys do when a girl cheats on them? They stress out and question, "Why did you do this?" Unknowingly giving the girl what she craved most, which is attention and drama, or, so to say, the roller coaster. Now you see why girls watch so many of these drama-heavy shows like the Kardashians. They have an overwhelming desire for drama, which, believe it or not, is one of the most potent motivating factors for attraction. All the girls out there seek the playboys and the men who act in such a way, not because they are nice men who know how to treat women well, but rather because they are the men who can take women on an endless roller coaster or ride. Many guys nowadays have everything that should make them beautiful and a great catch, but they still struggle to attract the curiosity of women. So you might be wondering, why? It's just that they don't have enough games to appreciate the idea that men with great games can put women on an emotional roller coaster, making them feel extremely joyful 1 minute and seriously questioning if they still care about her the next. Regardless of whether you're single, in a relationship with a girl, married, or any other situation, this game feature is helpful. You should always keep in mind that almost every girl would prefer to be with a pretty awful guy who is more interesting than a great guy who is unable to trigger either positive or negative emotions. Even if a girl is upset with you at the end of the day, that is still 1,000 times better than her having no emotion at all. However, if you're one of these guys who can easily spike their emotions up and down, you'll be better at your game. Therefore, these are the 3 game rules that girls don't want you to be aware of because you will naturally be able to do what approximately 90% of guys either can't do or don't even know how to do. Until next time, guys, see you later, and thanks for watching.